Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have somebody new. It's not Flynn, it's my sister.
Hi.
She's gonna join us. A lot has changed since the last video that I filmed. Unfortunately, we are dealing with the coronavirus. Literally the entire world's dealing with the coronavirus and it's crazy. We have self-quarantined ourselves in this room, no, in the whole house. But I just want to say I'm really sorry if you have any family members that are like suffering with this at all. I know a lot of us are kind of focused on the whole like staying home thing, and that's kind of like the main thing that we're all kind of harping on. But there are people that have the virus and are suffering. So I just want to say that I'm really sorry if that's you or your family, and we are trying to do our part.
Yeah.
We're staying home, we're sewing some masks. We're doing our very, very best, but we wanted to make some fun videos so that while you're self-quarantining, while you're staying home, you can hang out with us and we can all chat. So today, we're doing a very fun video. It's part 2 of my 4-part series of Disney Ranked, and today we're doing Hollywood Studios.
Yay!
Yeah, Hollywood Studios. This park is kind of all over the place because
for a long time they kind of didn't have anything going on for them. They just kind of had,
at least for us.
Yeah, I mean, I like Tower of Terror and I like the
Rock and
Roller Coaster. I almost said Rip Ride Rocket. Rock and Roller Coaster.
Rock.
I like those rides, but I don't like riding by myself, so I usually just pass on them. But for a long time, they had those 2 rides and like the Frozen sing-along. So they've definitely evolved from where they were like a year or 2 from.
Yeah, there was a point where I think there was only like 4 rides open at the park.
Yeah.
That was before Toy Story Land opened though. Yeah. That was like a whole. That was a while ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. It was like a dead land.
2 to 3.
But anyway, we're here to talk to you about Hollywood Studios right now, 2020, March 2020. Right now, all the parks are closed.
We'll do February 2020.
Yeah, we'll do February. No, we'll do March because Hollywood Studios got a new ride in March, which we were fortunate enough to ride before this whole situation had played out and all the parks are closed. So if you don't know this, which I don't know how you would not know this, because literally they put on the news, and I don't know if it's just because we're in Florida, but all of the Disney worlds around the entire world, all the Disney parks, I should say, because they're not all Disney worlds, all the Disney parks are closed. Like, all of them.
Insane.
And
it's only a couple times that they've ever done that.
Yeah, and they've never really closed all at the same time, because usually when Walt Disney World closes, it's weather related, because we get hurricanes and stuff. And then there's been a few other times, but this is definitely unprecedented. This is new territory. They're closed indefinitely. They're supposed to open April 1st, but we're not thinking that's going to happen, which is okay. The longer that we can all kind of self-quarantine, the better. But this isn't going to be a whole. This isn't a whole thing about it.
You guys know about it.
Yeah, you guys know. You've heard it about it. You've heard it about it enough.
You've heard enough.
We have not been in the real world for a long time.
It's been a while. I feel like we've been a select few that have actually been doing it since the beginning. So.
Yes. So I don't even know. This is like technically over a week for us.
Yeah.
This is like day 8, 9.
Something like that.
I don't know. The only time that we've left this house is for like order pickup for groceries, or like we've taken drives. But anyway, all that to say, we're here to rank Hollywood Studios because they've had some fun additions over the years, and they're gonna keep getting more. I feel like they're going to continue to take this park to the next level over the next few years.
It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Because for a long time, like we said before, there wasn't really much going on. But now they have the different lands.
Yes.
And they're expanding with the Mickey and Minnie. Like, it's just, it's going to be a whole thing.
It's pretty awesome. Okay, so we're going to start from least favorite to most favorite. My first on the list, which is my least favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World, in the whole entire world of Walt Disney, is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Now, I've never been on this ride in my entire life. Nor do I ever plan to ride this ride in my entire life. I do not want to ride this ride. It terrifies me. The thought of just dropping at random multiple times, just not for me. So that is why it's my least favorite. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever ride it in my whole life because
you're missing out.
I don't like it. I won't like it. I was about to give a spoiler of something else, but
okay. I'd say my least favorite is probably the swirling saucers, the alien ones. They're fun. I have a good time if I go on it, but I don't find myself wanting to get on that ride for no reason whatsoever. If it's like, oh, 5 minute wait and there's nothing else to do and park's about to close or we're about to leave and we can just hop on it, but I just feel like they could have put a better ride there or something like that. It could have been more exciting, or you could have controlled it or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just doesn't really do it for me.
I think it's one of those, they just kind of threw it in for younger kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one is Rock and Roller Coaster. This ride I've ridden one time in my entire life, and I hated it.
It was so fun. We rode it together.
I did not like it at all. This was like the point where there was only 4 rides at Hollywood Studios. That's when I rode this. Because I was like, I literally don't want to go to Hollywood Studios. There's nothing for me to do there. So I was feeling adventurous. I was like, oh yeah, I'll ride it. Whatever. I've done like the Hulk, and I used to do Dragon Challenge and all those things at Universal. So I was like, this can't be that bad. I hated it. Like,
you just have to ride it a second time.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You just have to ride it a second time. Once you get used to the beginning, then you're all
I
good.
hated it because it was like so, like, it was too much, and then it was just boring the rest of it.
Yeah, that's what's really annoying about it, is that it's so like amped up in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I'm just cruising down the back alley.
Yeah, I was so stressed because it like launches you into a loop, which I hope that's not a spoiler, but I think everybody knows how Rock and Roller Coaster is. I won't spoil the new rides for sure, but that one, sorry if I spoiled it. But yeah, you literally just like launch and then you go into a loop, and that is like so like suffocating, and then the rest of it's just kind of like
you do like an inversion, but
and see, I'm fine with inversions. I just don't like the launching situation. I don't like it.
I tried to warn you, but
yeah, I hated it. It's fine. I'm good with that.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it's fine.
So my second least favorite is going to be Star Tours. Now, I like this ride. I think it's fun. I actually genuinely enjoy going on it. I don't know, I just put it as my second least favorite just because I like all the other rides much better. I'd rather go on all the other ones than this one. We don't really go on this ride a lot. We probably never.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's my next one up on my list because it makes me really sick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get motion sickness really. That's kind of you guys' thing. Yeah. So
yeah, no,
but that kind of does it for me. It jerks you around a lot. And I think it's cool how it's different every time. Yeah. And I don't know.
And see, I remember riding this ride when I was little, and I used to
really cool.
love it. Like, I like the ride.
They amped it up, though.
But it makes me so sick that unless I take a lot of Dramamine, the whole time I just sit there, like, kind of like this, because I don't know what it is about the way that the screen is and the way that it moves, but it makes me so sick. So that's why it's on there. If I didn't get sick, I mean, it might still hang out at that.
It's a decent ride,
yeah,
but
I like the ride.
There's just better things to do.
Yeah, it's not that it's a bad ride, it's just that it makes me sick. So if you don't get motion sick, you might love the ride.
Yeah.
Like,
Kids definitely love it, because it's like, oh, the seats are moving.
It's
like
a fun
you're in
ride.
the ship.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I remember. I have a lot of memories on that ride.
So my third place is going to be Midway Mania.
That's a shocker for me.
The reason that I have these ranked the way that I do is because the ones that I really like are like, of course, they're up. And so I like this ride. We have a good time and get really competitive on it. Yeah. But you do have the arm hurting for a little bit if you're really, really trying to win or really trying to beat your sibling. Like,
funny story.
And we would go on that ride like 3 times in a row.
No, literally funny story. This is gonna be a little bit of a throwback, but when Toy Story Land opened, we stayed on property that summer. We went on the first day. It was a mess. That's a whole other story. But we went and we stayed.
It was so sad. I just remembered.
Anyway,
that was awful.
We stayed on property, so we had extra magic hours. And Toy Story Land opened in 2018, right?
I think
so. I want to say summer 2018. So, I mean, people knew about magic hours, and magic hours were a thing. But for whatever reason, we stayed there. We had magic hours. They started at 7. And we heard, like, around that people were, like, the cast members were letting people in at, like, 6. And so we were like...
We got there, like, before 6, like 5:50.
We were like, okay, we got to get there, like, before the people. And, like, we were staying... I think we were staying at the All-Stars or something.
They're All-Stars or
we were
something
super
like
close to the... I mean, obviously, we're staying on property, you're close. But we got there before 6. We parked. We walked into Toy Story Land, and we were, like, the only ones there.
It's crazy.
It was insane. We rode Slinky Dog 3 times in a row.
That was really fun.
Which is insane. But we rode Toy Story Mania twice, like, back to back.
That was
We got off and we're like, oh my gosh, we have to do that again. Like, there's no line. We rode it again. Oh my gosh.
I think I got like shoulder displacement.
I could not move my arm. Like, I was like, we have to go to our hotel room. Like, I'm done.
The way that they have the string is like I wish they had done like what they like a gun or like
literally like
something
pulling
like that.
Thing is so painful.
No, like pulling the cord. Oh my god, it's awful because the faster you want to shoot the targets, the faster you have to pull that thing. So I wish they had done something different. It's a cute concept because it's like, oh, it looks cute and it's different than if you're going on Buzz Lightyear and you have the gun or something like that. But
I love it though.
That's my one thing.
That's one of my favorite rides though. It's highly ranked for me. Yeah. Okay, my fourth least favorite is Alien Swirling Saucers, and we kind of already talked about that. It's not a bad ride, it's just not like a thrilling ride. I would definitely rather ride it than the rides that make me sick and that I'm scared of, so that's why it's there.
See, I'm the other way, because like those things, that's why they're so low on my list, because all of the rides that are high on my least favorite are it's switched, so.
Yeah. That's why, so technically if Twilight and Rock and Roller Coaster and Star Tours weren't, like, I didn't have strong aversions to it, Alien Swirling Saucers would be my least favorite, if that makes sense. But that's not the case.
I really thought you were going to put that as your least favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I thought we were going to, like, have a moment, like a sister moment.
Well, the thing is, like, I can ride that.
Yeah, but then I remembered,
I cannot ride Tower of Terror. I will literally...
It's not that bad.
It'll
be so fun.
It'll be so bad. You'll have to, like, they'll have to get the Disney nurses and, like, carry me off because I'll die.
Not again.
Literally, I'll die. But it's fine.
Anyway,
alright. Number 4.
So, after Midway Mania is going to be Rock and Roller Coaster for me. I put this one / Smuggler's Run.
Ooh,
because but now I've made my decision that Rock and Roller Coaster is going to be 4th, just because I like the launch sequence. I think it's fun, and you go in like a huge loop, and there's music, and it's fun. It's just a good time.
Yeah,
but once you get past the loop and one of the inversions, it's kind of like there's just neon sign. It's like the Mummy, but just louder.
Oh, yeah. I love the Mummy,
and it's just louder, and there's just so much going on.
From the one time I rode it.
But I remember also the same day that we had the magic hours for Toy Story Land, and when we stayed at All Star, I went on that ride. I was the only person there. I was the only person on that ride. They're like, pick wherever you want to sit. Like, welcome, you're the first person to ride this ride today. Yeah. That also happened in Tower of Terror, but I'll get to that story when we talk about her.
Oh boy.
But I was the only person to go on it, and I sat in the back row, and oh my god, I hit my head so many times. Like, it was insane. I don't know if it's because there weren't a lot of people on it, or it was because just the seat. I don't know.
Physics, we don't know about it.
I don't want to talk about physics. I'm just saying that it hit my head so bad, and ever since then, I will never sit in the back row again because I literally thought I was having a concussion.
That's a yikes.
So yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. My number 5 is also Smuggler's Run, so we can kind of just do this at the same time, since both of ours is Smuggler's.
It's kind of in the middle.
Smuggler's Run. Yes. It's a fun ride. I don't want to give away too much because I don't know that a lot of people have gotten to ride it yet.
Probably not.
I will say that, you know, it is a motion simulator ride. That's kind of, Disney puts that out there. And so you can get sick on it. I do get like kind of sick on it. So just from like a feeling okay standpoint, I would recommend, if you are a person that takes Dramamine, to go ahead and take Dramamine just to be on the safe side. It definitely gets me like kind of queasy just because of the nature of the ride. But it's a fun ride, like the story and the line.
Yeah, I really like it. I just like, my main thing with that ride that I think is so cool is how do I say this without giving things away?
You control the ride.
Like, it's like playing a video game.
Yeah.
But if you were playing a video game and when your body physically moves when you turn left or turn right. So I think it's really cool and a unique system that they've created.
It's fun.
And for me, that's really, they just make an entire experience, you know. If the ride goes well, then you get off and they're like, oh. But if the ride goes bad, then it's like, oh, better luck next time. So I think it's a personalized experience.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I really, really do. For me, it's just, I get motion sick really easily.
Yeah, it is very, like, you're very surrounded.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's better than the rides with the 3D glasses, because that's why Star Tours gets me so much, I think, because it has, like, 3D glasses, right? Star Tours?
I really don't remember.
Yeah, you do have 3D glasses.
I really... Now that you got me, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, because you have to pick...
I don't even remember.
You get 3D glasses, which you get 3D glasses on Midway Mania, but it does not make me sick. I'm telling you, there's no rhyme or reason to how I get sick.
I think it's just the motion with the screen and the 3D.
Yeah, that's true, because you don't really move. I don't know. Anyway... This is a very official ranking right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smuggler's Run, right in the middle for me. I don't hate it. I don't love it. And I just enjoy riding it.
One thing about it that's really weird is that the ride line could be like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
In the line ride, they also have games that you can play through the
with your
Disney Play.
App. Yeah.
But every time we're in that line, we waited 90 minutes once.
Yeah.
That went by really, really fast.
I think because it changes the scenes.
They have a lot of different
it's a
areas.
Long queue. It's kind of like Avatar, like Flight of Passage. It's a
that
long...
one will last
That
forever.
one will last forever.
That one will last forever.
That's a whole nother video. Okay, so now, is it my turn or your turn? Well, we have the same one.
Oh.
Mickey and Minnie is number 6.
Well, here's the thing. I'm very not gonna make decisions.
Them?
I don't know if I want which one I want to be.
Okay, so we'll just call it Mickey and Minnie's.
Okay.
Since we agreed on it.
Yeah.
This is a brand new ride. Brand spanking new. It just opened March 3rd or 4th, can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like
and not a lot of people have ridden it, so just for that reason, I don't want to really say anything that would give it away.
If we do, this is a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
We're not going to spoil it, but...
We're not. I'm not going to. All I'm going to say is I really like it, and I think it's a great addition. And it's a ride that your whole family can ride because there's no height restriction. That's all I'm going to say on it. No spoilers.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna see if I can do it.
I'm gonna have to put a card in there for you. I'm gonna have to say thing.
I know, we already warned them.
Editing, I know, but that means nobody's watching. Oh my gosh, if you're watching right now, that means you've ridden the ride. That means you're cool. That means you're in the club with us.
Welcome to the elite, Club 34.
I'm gonna timestamp it. I'm gonna have to do so many things, you guys. I'm glad it's just us here right now.
The elite. No, I really liked the ride. Unfortunately, it kind of had that feel for me that you ride it once and you're kind of like, but if you were to ride it twice, you would have the appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I've ridden it twice.
Like when I rode what's it called? Smuggler's Run. The first time I was like, oh, that's really cool, but since I've ridden it like 5 times since then, I've actually gotten to appreciate the ride. So I feel like if I got to ride it again, unfortunately haven't been able to, I would be able to appreciate it. But it's really cute, it's fun, there's a lot going on. If you've ever watched the Mickey shorts, it is based on that kind of narrative, I guess.
In that universe.
Yeah, it's kind of put in that universe.
It's a Disney
It's
short.
very fast-paced,
Yeah.
Very, very silly, sort of slapstick situation.
I will say
fun.
I've ridden it twice, and I enjoyed it equally each time. There's a lot to look at, so, yeah. Again, we didn't spoil anything. Welcome back if you're back. This is the timestamp. This is the clear. We didn't spoil anything, so if you want to go back and watch it, go ahead. We didn't spoil anything. Anyway. So now,
oh no, we didn't agree.
So now my number 7 is Midway Mania, which I love that ride because you can ride it so many times and it's never gonna be like the exact same thing. Like, you're gonna have the same like screens presented to you, but like you're gonna ride it with someone different. You're gonna, get a different color. Yeah, like there's so many fun things. Like I love that ride. I could ride it over and over and over again. I remember when it opened.
You're stronger than me.
I remember when it opened, and like I remember when you used to enter like through the other side. Like, I love that ride. Yeah, I just love it. That's why it's my number 7.
All right, my number 7 is gonna be Slinky Dog. This is such a fun ride.
Yes.
This ride I could ride one after another time.
Yeah.
I could literally just ride this ride all day.
Yeah, it's my number 8, so
it's really fun.
It's awesome.
It's not too much for little kids. I don't feel like it's an extreme roller coaster, but also for the older people, it is still kind of thrilling.
Yeah, it's like the perfect.
There's fast parts, there's slow parts. They did a really good job with this ride, and
you can see Star Wars Land from above.
Yeah, the Star Wars playset, as they call it. But it's a really fun ride. It's cute. The queue is really cute because it's made out of like pencils and blocks and glue and the Sleeky Dog Dash box.
Yeah, and
so it's really nice.
I think the only thing that gets me is like the little bit of like those things. Like that's the only reason I might not be able to ride it multiple times.
I think,
but
that
it's fun.
They didn't
it's a good
put
ride.
too many of those little bumps. That's what I like.
It's just like
it's tasteful.
It's like a whole it's a whole area that you do that, and then that's all that it is.
Then you hear boing.
I love that ride so much. I put it as my number 8 because I can. It's a roller coaster that you can ride with little kids. You can ride it as an adult and have fun. Like it's just a fun ride. There is a little launch sequence, but it's nothing insane. Like I like those kind of rides where it's like thrilling, but it's not like terrifying. So yeah, I think that was the perfect addition. Like the family roller coaster. I think every park needs like a family roller coaster, and this is it. It's really good, and I love it. All right. Your number 8.
My number 8 is Tower of Terror. Unlike Disney Savvy over here, I love this. I love this ride. I don't know why, but it just makes me feel so warm inside when I go in. I know I sound kind of weird because it's a scary ride and it makes me feel warm. Like
I did not have those vibes.
No, I'm all for like an experience. And Disney does an amazing job whenever you're entering a ride queue where they just give you the scenery and they just show you everything and it makes you feel like you're really having that situation. So you really get the whole story and they show you a little video and the whole story. It's really cool because they have something unique with the drop sequences that they're different every time. Sometimes you'll drop 5 times. Sometimes you'll drop, I don't know exactly how many times. I don't know exactly, but you'll drop 5 or 8 or 3 or 2 or 7. Like it's different every time. And I think that's really fun because, you know, it's been there a long time. You know, you can't really, once you've ridden a ride, sometimes people are like, oh, it's boring. Like this ride's been here since this place opened. But since they did that, it really makes it a unique.
And see, that's why I won't ride it, because I like, when I'm like afraid of a ride or when it's like a roller coaster or something, I like to memorize the ride because I'm that crazy. So I can like talk myself through it and be like, okay, it's gonna go like this and this. And I can't memorize that ride because it's random. So, all right, both of our number 1s, Rise of the Resistance. I think that's all that we have to say.
No, this ride's really, really cool.
There's no spoilers. We're not spoiling at all here. We're not. I'm not. I refuse to be a part of spoiling that for somebody. It's the most incredible ride you're ever gonna ride in your entire life.
Such an amazing job making that ride.
We're not big Star Wars people.
No, we
really aren't.
I don't know anything about Star Wars.
I know
really.
like a decent amount just because I've seen the videos. I've seen the movies like here and there, like with my mom and stuff. But I've never like really like purposefully like learned all of this stuff. We watched The Mandalorian, but like that has nothing to do with it. Yeah. But we're not like huge Star Wars people. I know some things, but not enough to call myself like a Star Wars fan by any means. I'm not in that mindset. But that ride is insane as just a ride and as an experience. And I think that seriously, like if you're gonna go to Hollywood Studios and you don't ride this ride, you're cheating yourself out of the most incredible experience.
all your money lost. It is such a great.
It's crazy because you have to get a boarding pass for it. And I would highly encourage you before your trip. I don't know when the park's gonna open again, but whenever it's open, before your trip, look up how they're doing the boarding passes because it's always changing. You can always DM me on Instagram. It's my same handle, disney.savvy, and I'll help you because I want you to ride that ride.
That ride, it's so amazing. Like the way that they made, like you can't talk about it without talking about it.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna talk about it.
So once you guys have ridden it, we can talk about it.
I've ridden it 4 or 5 times, and like the day we rode it, my mom and I went the next day and rode it again. Like that's how much we loved it. So I think I've ridden it 4 or 5 times, and every time I've been equally as like enthused and excited. Yeah. So if you haven't ridden that ride yet,
riding it for the first time is
that's incredible.
Like I would pay to feel that.
Yeah,
again.
that's why I don't want to spoil it for anybody because I'm so glad that I didn't know anything going in, and I know at this point you've probably seen some kind of spoiler, but
or some picture or something like
just
that.
Ride it. Look up how to ride it. DM me if you don't know how to ride it, and I will look up whatever they're doing at this time and help you. But yeah, those are our rides. Some honorary mentions. the Frozen show. We do not include shows in our rankings just because it would be way too long.
And we don't watch a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, the Frozen show is incredible. We love it. It's always a funny time. They do a Halloween. They do a Christmas. They should do a Halloween.
How spooky. What would they even do?
Olaf would come dressed as a pumpkin, obviously.
Wait, oh my
Olaf.
No, but what's the bad guy's name? The prince. Hans. Yes, they'd have Hans come out in the Halloween theme. That'd be really cool.
And they do a battle.
We did get to see the Christmas one.
Yeah, the Christmas
and
one's
that one
great.
is super funny.
I love it.
And we got the famous guy. I don't know what his name is. Ben. He was so funny.
Yes.
He told our uncle happy birthday.
He did. It was so
that was
fun.
really cool.
Yeah. Other than that, there's the Lightning McQueen show. That's pretty cool. The Lightning
Cool animatronic.
The Lightning McQueen animatronic is really cool. It's a fun show.
It is hidden though. It's down by where Rock and Roller Coaster is. So
that one's kind of a one and done, but for like little kids, I think it's really fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all the honorable mentions we have. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is part 2 of a 4-part series. So we still have 2 more parks. And I think she's probably going to be in the next 2 because
hopefully, if you let me.
Literally, we have nothing else to do. I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding because we're quarantined, but it's fine. We're going to have fun.
We're going to
make the best of it. Fine. And once the parks do reopen, you better believe that there's going to be tons of videos because I miss going to the parks. I haven't gone this long without going to Disney in a really long time, and it hasn't been that long that it's been closed, but usually I go like almost every weekend or every other weekend.
We're very lucky.
Yeah, we are. And we did have a spring break trip planned, so we had to postpone it obviously, so we do have a Disney stay in July, which we don't know if we're going to end up keeping it or not. So that's something to look forward to because if we do end up staying, we'll do a room tour, we'll do a whole resort tour. And yeah,
hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to comment below with your least favorite and your most favorite, and if you agree with us.